Hi, this is Stray Passer, and welcome to Spielberg Saturday, episode 9, I believe, and it's the last uh, film on this collection, a film that I haven't seen before. And of course, it's Indiana Jones and the Legend of the Crystal Skull. Hold on. That's, Legend of the Crystal, no, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's it. And there it is. See that? Of course, this is 19 years after the last film, Temple of Doom was made. Okay, and this takes place during the 50s, during the Cold War, and of course Indy's back. And in this film, of course, you have the return of Karen Allen, okay, as Marion, and then you have Kate Blanchett. In this one, she plays Ariana Spanko. She's a Russian agent, and Ray Winston is in this. He plays Mac. George McHale, a colleague of Indiana Jones, and you have John Hurt as Professor Oxley, and then you have Shia LaBeouf as Mutt Williams. I'll go into his character a little bit later, but basically the story is again takes place during the Cold War, and it begins with these agents basically dumping Indiana's pal Mac out, and basically they want them to help them find an artifact. Okay, and then you see that you have this little they go into I guess Area 51. You see that on the hangar they go into because they make their way onto an army base in the desert, of course, naturally, and kill all the guards, and then they take them there. And they want Indiana to find a certain artifact for them, and of course, in his old inimitable style, he helps them find it, and it seems to be the corpse of an alien, okay, which they take. And of course, Indiana, escapes, okay, and basically he runs into after he goes back to his after he escapes. He's called in by the FBI, and they, because they want to know about the Soviet agents and all this other stuff. Of course, and Indiana, of course, has no idea what they're talking about. Of course, he's freed by his friend, an army lawyer, a colonel, I think, and then he goes back to school as usual, and then he gets told that since the FBI came there looking for him, he's been retired from college with pay, of course, and then that's when he runs into a young man, Mutt Williams, played by Shia LaBeouf, and he says that an old a friend of his, Professor Harold Oxley, a friend of Indiana Jones, wants him has been kidnapped, and they want him to and they believe that the Soviets have him, and it's a big mystery that they want them to investigate about this legendary skull. Okay, and he basically mailed a map to Indiana Jones, and to him and Mutt Williams go down to Peru, of course, and they're pursued by I would say the Nazis, but it's not the Nazis, by the Soviets to try to get the skull, and of course the Russians, the Soviets, especially Irina Spalko. She's I guess she's more into psychic things, and she thinks this skull is the key to an immense power, to, basically to control the mind. And so of course she, they pursue Indiana Jones and Mutt, and then of course that's when Indiana Jones runs into Marion, and of course he finds out that Marion actually is the mother of Mutt, of course, and then the ergo Mutt is Indiana Jones' son, Henry Jones III. And basically they have to race against time to find, return the skull, the legendary skull, to where it rightly belongs. Of course, being pursued by the Soviets. Now, this film, like I said, this is the first time I've seen this film. I didn't see it when it first originally came out, and I know I've heard a lot of bad things about this film. A lot of bad things about this film. But I'd have to say it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I know I heard a lot of really bad things about it. But it's not the best film, and by far, to me, it's the least, in the I guess the 4 films that's been made. I guess in my order would be Raiders first, of course, then the third one, and then the second one, excuse me, and then this one. Okay. Now, what I liked about it, Harrison Ford. Okay, Harrison Ford is just a movie star. He has the charisma. He can play Indiana Jones in his sleep. Okay, and I really liked him, and I also like Karen Allen, his Marion. It's just something about Karen Allen. I'm kind of biased. I just absolutely love Karen Allen. So there, there that goes. Now, Sorry about that quick edit there. It was a little interruption. Anyway, like I said, Karen Allen. That's what I was talking about. The last thing I think. Love Karen Allen. The whole child that Indy never knew of thing subplot to me could have been dropped. Again, not necessary. Okay, Shia LaBeouf. There's a lot of silly things. Normally there are silly things in the Indiana Jones movie, but the movie I think would have been a lot better without the subplot, the whole kid that he didn't know about, and then all of a sudden the kid is there. That whole subplot I think could have been dropped. Okay, I think Cate Blanchett, she's a good actress anyway, so but I think the movie did suffer from. She wasn't in the movie. Like I said, she disappears from the movie for a good, I think 30 minutes or so. Okay, but I digress. And the whole, George Mack, the Indiana's buddy being a double agent, then being a triple agent, and just, it got to be a little bit just too silly. Okay, and then the story, with the whole thing first, with the skull thing, and then all of a sudden it turns into aliens, just too convoluted. Okay, it's way convoluted. Okay, I think the story could have been tighter without the whole alien aspect of the story. I think that it didn't need that to me. Okay, so, but like I said, Indy Harrison Ford I think was good. Like I said, I liked Marion. Okay, Shia LaBeouf's character could have been dropped. Okay, completely as far as I'm concerned. Just not necessary. And I hate that old subplot about kids. It's a cliche. All of a sudden, kids that he never knew, of course, and he never knew about it. That's not necessary. Okay, and then that whole sequence in the jungle with Shia LaBeouf, fighting arena on, sword fighting, where then swinging through the jungles with the monkeys. Come on, it got to be just way too silly. Okay, but I still enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I know I heard, before I saw it that, there was a lot of, there's a lot of bad things about it, but it wasn't as bad, I guess, as it could have been. Okay, but it was okay. Like I said, the things I hated, well, not hated, but I thought the movie could have done without the whole kid not being, the kid that not knowing of the kid, that whole Shia LaBeouf. In fact, his whole character could have been dropped as far as I'm concerned. And I wonder if they even asked Sean Connery to be in the movie. I mean, or maybe they just figured Harrison Ford is older, and maybe logically his father wouldn't be alive. Maybe they didn't ask, because I would have loved to see a cameo though by Harrison Ford as as his father. I think that would have been great. I don't even know if they asked him or not. Maybe they never asked Sean Connery, because I thought that would have been a great, nice touch. I would have rather his character be in the movie than this son that you never knew about. Okay, and I don't hate Shia LaBeouf as much as a lot of people do, but his character is just totally not necessary for this film. And like I said, John Hurt I liked, as the old colleague that was kind of had his brain scrambled by with the skull alien thing. But like I said, and that whole alien plot thing was totally not necessary, not needed for this film. Anyway, but overall, like I said, I liked Cate Blanchett, her character. Okay, and I guess the Russians had to replace, since this takes place during the Cold War, you had to replace the Russians and the Nazis as the Nazis were defeated. So you have to replace, the Russians, I guess, the Nazis with the Russians. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was okay, and I liked it. And I was remember towards the end part where Marion and in Indiana getting married, and then you see the hat like blowing in, and then Shia LaBeouf's character getting ready to pick it up, and then Harrison Ford snatches it and puts it on his head. So yeah, so don't you touch that hat, Shia LaBeouf. Okay, you don't deserve it. Okay, and I don't know if they ever planned on passing it down the line. Maybe making movies with Shia LaBeouf. Hopefully they won't do that, because totally not necessary. Okay, so anyway, overall I'm gonna give Indiana Jones and why do I keep forgetting the title of this? Indiana Jones and the hold on, and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, and that's mainly again because of Harrison Ford and Karen Allen and Kate Blanchett and John Hurt. Okay, again, the story's a little bit too convoluted, and the whole alien thing was just totally not necessary. And Indiana Jones didn't need a secret kid. Okay, not necessary. Okay, but I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Anyway, let me know what you think of the last Indiana movie, and what's your order of enjoyment of the films. Like I said, for me, it's the first one, of course, then the third one, then the second one, and then this one, a distant fourth. Okay? Anyway, let me know what you think. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long, and take care.